Alright, we're back with some additional news today. Unfortunately, we woke up to this breaking news from Nintendo. Unfortunately, prices on the Nintendo Switch OLED, the original Switch, Switch Lite, and Switch accessories, including as well Switch 2 accessories, other Nintendo products, amiibos, the Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo, will be seeing adjustments. And no, not driver adjustments, price adjustments. Unfortunately, right now, with all the tariffs in the United States, and it's only happening in the United States, what it seems, we are gonna get dinged on prices. The only saving grace is that the Nintendo Switch 2 system, the physical, the digital, the Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as the Switch Online memberships, have not been changed. All this takes an effect on August the 3rd. Now, this is a bummer because DK Bonanza came out and it came out knocking out the park. But this whole thing with Trump doing these tariffs, all the bullshit in politics right now, it's the economics, it's a bunch of shit, to be really honest. And it's about to get pricier now, starting the 3rd. So I honestly would say it's really up to you on your own money if you're gonna buy a Switch 2 and all that. Whatever the market demands, Nintendo's gonna have to just do what they have to do for their own sake because of the tariffs. But you're gonna do what you're gonna do with your own money. And if it's too pricey, it's too pricey. That's my take on that, because shit, I'm not paying $100 for a Pro controller. I bought a third party one. It's called a Gamester, and it's a damn well good controller. It's good. I still use my Pro 1 controller and it works fine. So now the games. Now that's where things are gonna get shaky. Is the games. When you start messing with the software, that's where things are gonna fucking fumble. And honestly, I really hope for the best, because not as just I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but I'm a fan of gaming, okay? I like everyone just to have fun and just game. Because right now in the gaming market, all the way back to 83 to now, we've been living in a gaming renaissance. We have so many games either within the market or within history that they've been released that it's been a good time. It's been a good time for just to play games and just have fun. But unfortunately, we're in some uncertainty times right now with these tariffs, with the administration with the United States, unfortunately, or my government, and it's a fucking doozy. It's a fucking doozy, and what can we do? Just the only thing we can do, just don't buy it if you can't afford it. I think, in the sake of me saying that, is just to protect yourselves of not wasting money when you're paying for something a lot more. When yesterday it was, like, for me, I paid $4.99 for the Switch 2, the bundle, got Mario Kart, whatever. But don't be the one to be paying $600, $700 for that damn bundle. Shit's gonna hit the fan when things don't add up. When either the sales are not coming through, when the market's like that. It's just, if I were you, hold off a lot longer. Or if you already have it, enjoy it, because it's about to get more pricier. And it's really unfortunate because it's a new console. You want this thing to be a success. You want this to play your games. Because recently, I just checked the backwards compatibility list. It's still at 15,000 games are still working on the Switch. From the Switch 1 to the Switch 2. And for the most part, they're all working. I'm still testing my games right now, and I'm still making videos, but it's the matter of the fact of this is happening. So it's really unfortunate that new gamers that want to play for the Switch 2 might be gated because of the administration making certain decisions in regards of the tariffs, regards of everything. Because when it comes down to it, Nintendo only can take so much damage on the money, but at the end of the day, it's a corporation. They're gonna want to make money. They can't fail, because then they have to. It's a lot more shit on their end with Japan, especially with Japan's economy is not doing well in these times. So it's like it's a shit scenario all around for customers and for Nintendo, because you know damn well, and the bottom line, it's gonna get fucked. It's gonna get fucked, and then who's gonna have to answer to? The stockholders, eventually. When it comes to quarter to quarter, whatever, that's what's gonna happen, and that's how end up, companies like Nintendo, they do some crazy cutbacks, or they do something out of the ordinary that's not in the business of the video games, especially for Nintendo, because they're always pro-friendly with their employees. They're more pro-friendly with how they handle things, especially with situations like this. Shit, even back in Japan, just recently, they just went through an earthquake. So that's all going on over there. So it's like shit, man. It's like we can never get a break. But I just see the writing on the wall. We're just gonna have to wait this out. And if you have one, enjoy the shit out of it, because it's about to get more pricier. And if you don't, hold it. Hold that money. Wait, because there's no point if it gets astronomical. It fucking gets crazy. Fucking 600, 400, whatever. Because on older consoles, especially with this alarm clock, I found this alarm clock's around $90, $140 just for an alarm clock. I don't know what kind of additional features. I don't know if it's like fancy. This is just one of the things. Right here on Amazon, they're already kind of raising some of the prices on some of the things, especially with the OLED. Target, and that's the Switch 2, but 400. These are OLEDs, and then you got the regular. Switch 2 console, and you got the 230 for the Switch Lite. So some stores are already adjusting their prices already, as it is. These tariffs are not going to hold forever, because it's going to start hurting the businesses. Because at the end of the day, it's all about profits, and if it's dipping into the customer. And when high prices come along, and it always happens, customers will go away. Unless, there's a strong, super strong fan base. But, if you get priced out, you get priced out. Regardless. Because you know what? Even though there's a certain percentage in this country, in the United States, they have a higher living wage. They're in the higher percentile, 1%, whatever the case. They're in smaller quantities compared to the rest of the country. And let's be honest, the one that forks up the most profits from all video game corporations, even if any corporation, it's always in the lower class of wages. The people that make $60K a year, $100K, maybe. Those are the people, or the ones buying this stuff either in bulk, or they have kids, or some, in some semblance of that. And then, there's going to be arguments probably in the comments. There's going to be arguments everywhere, but oh, well, stop using credit, pay your stuff off, blah, blah, blah. It's going to get to the point where, some people are going to get priced out, unfortunately, because of these tariffs. So when it comes down to it, Nintendo gets hurt, you get hurt as a customer. because they already had a price. They already set that price. They're not trying to move it. But as a business, they have to let you know as a consumer what's going on. And we're bombarded every day with about this damn administration. So we just have to weigh it out. Good luck. People that don't have it, save your money. Enjoy your Switch as much as you can. And like them. I'm gonna read the fine lines. The consoles, the accessories, Switch 2 products, amiibos, and the Alarmo clock. Other Nintendo products. Now, other Nintendo products is a broad term. It could be like other Nintendo games. So, if you can pick up games right now, do it. You know what I mean? Because right here it states physical and digital Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 games are not affected at this time. But that could change in any moment. Especially with this administration, with the way it's been crazy since the beginning of the year. So that's just my little tidbit of advice for anybody that's really concerned about this. Now, there's people that make money, they have money, and they don't give a shit. They have the money. But this is more of a video for people that they're like, should I get the Switch 2? DK Bonanza looks fun, or I'm gonna wait. It's up to you. It's your money. It's a free enterprise system where we could all pick from what business, especially what vendor, like Target, Walmart, and all that kind of shit, or Amazon, where to get this console, or if you can get it. But I'm not trying to ramble too much. This just fucking happened. Hot damn. And you know what's crazy? Recently, they just had news of their sales numbers, and it came out that they made 5.8 million sales for the console so far. This console just came out on June the 5th. It's already August the 1st today. Like, Jesus. That's strong sales potential, but then when stuff like this happens, like the tariffs, it could affect it all in the life cycle of this console. It could happen. So I don't know what else to add on to that, but just take it easy, see what happens day to day. If you see a sale, fucking jump on that shit. I'm just saying, if you find a game that you've been wanting, just jump on it. Sometimes sometimes not just the FOMO, but it's the fact that if you got the monies and you've been kind of wanting something, you might as well just jump on it, because you know what? The market's fluctuating so fast, it's a pain. It could be a pain where you won't be getting that product for any time soon at that lower price. Especially Nintendo prices. They do sales. You'd be lucky. You'd be lucky if you find some store or a secondhand place where they sell it for used, and they sell it off like, for $40, $30 or whatever. But alright, I got long enough. You take care.